Hello Blitz fans of all ages, it's me, Plemcastle here, going over the new French lockboxes that just came into World of Tanks Blitz. So, like I said, it is for French tanks, so there are 4 French tanks in it, including one brand new one, which I'll get to in just a moment. But first is the collectible AMX M4 MLE54, which was last year's Christmas tank, and maybe only the second time it's been released, I'm not quite sure. It is a pretty rare tank. The AMX 30 prototype, that's a tier 9 premium. Then we have the tier 7 premium AMX 1357, which is also another rarer collectible. It's not super rare, but it doesn't come out very often. And of course, the brand new AMX CDA 105, which is the tank destroyer in the thumbnail that you see there. So let's talk about the different parts of this event. So of course, it's a lockbox event, so you get with these. They're essentially crates, but they're called lockboxes because they have the feature that you need to buy a key in order to open them. Now, I will go over both of those parts in just a moment, but let's actually see what's inside the boxes. So first, you have a slight chance to just get the AMX M4 MLE54 at a 3% drop chance, which, as you probably can guess, is fairly low. Then, of course, you also have the other tanks, and you can actually get parts for all these tanks. So for all 4 tanks, you can get 10 to 30 parts. I believe you either get 10, 20, or 30 parts. I'm not quite sure, but you're pretty much guaranteed to get parts for at least one of the tanks. And then you can also get some other minimal rewards, such as gold boosters and other boosters that really aren't the main reward here. So let's move on from those. If you want to screenshot this or just pause the video, here are the statistics to the new AMX CDA. Not going to go in depth there just because that would take a little while. But there you have that if you want to pause it. But again, moving on, you can see here is what the CDA looks like. It's got those nice PBR files. Really, it looks like a tier 8 French Stug, to be honest. Looks fairly interesting. They did say it would be fast, so that's also very nice. A mobile tank destroyer is, of course, very helpful because some of the slower ones just don't work as well. And again, those PBR texture files just look really cool with that dust collecting on it. And of course, there's one more shot of it. Now let's talk about how you get the containers or the lock boxes, because it may not be super obvious how you get these because they kind of pop up randomly. And the way it works is you'll play a game and you'll finish the game, and I don't think you even need to win necessarily. It just, at the end of each game, there's a slight chance that you could get a box. And I think I played like 8 or 10 games. I only got 1 box. So, I mean, it is kind of RNG, just depending on whether or not you'll actually get these. But it'll show up after battle, and then if you want to know where to find it, you just go to the little box icon. For me, you can see it's got a little red dot over it, hovering over it, and then over in the other tab is where you're going to find these boxes. Now, it should look something like this one right here, and in fact, it'll say AMX M4 MLE54 lockbox, and you can see when you get them, they're available for about 3 days before they expire, but in order to open them, you do need those keys, as I said. So again, there's the summary of what's in it, and then if you go to open, you do get greeted with this to-store option where you will have a chance to get the keys. Now, I'm going to go to the bottom here because that shows all the listings. For some reason, they don't put all the listings at the very top, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, you can get 5 keys for $10. You can get a key and a lockbox for $5. You can get, it's just like, it says 1 left, but you can get, for one time, 2 keys for $3, and then one time as well you get a key for $1,000. $1,000. That would be ridiculous. 1,000 gold. Really, it is just kind of another pay-to-win event. It's not. I hear it's not a horrendous deal, but it still does cost quite a bit to get those tanks, especially if you're trying to get all those different little parts. So do note it will cost quite a bit. Honestly, I would not say the 1,000 gold one is worth it. If you're free to play and you happen to have 1,000 gold, probably should save it. Not really a great one to just get. So I wouldn't suggest that one. And unless you're willing to spend like $50, I would say probably none of these are a real good option. But anyway, that is the lockbox event. And so with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.